have thought about having a business on here. The thing I wanted to talk about. What up to you, Damaris? What's good with you? Comment troll. Why is that your name? Do you really have that account just for trolling? There was a post on the Shade Room where there was like a super dad flew out from Ohio to Florida, I think it was, something like that. He flew out so he could drop his baby girl off at school for her first day of school. And people were in the comments pissed off that the post was calling him a super dad. People were saying stuff like, you don't applaud a fish for swimming. This is what you're supposed to do. He ain't no super dad. He ain't this. He ain't that. Okay, Lover of Music said you saw the post too. And you know what, man? I've posted on this before. For some reason, nobody ever sees the videos that I post, about men celebrating the brothers. But anyway, I posted about this before, man. I think that's the worst shit ever, to shoot down somebody's whatever they do because it's something that they're supposed to do. I get it. I do agree. You're supposed to be there for your family. You're supposed to provide for your family. It'd be different if he or anybody was looking for a parade. They do something. They looking for this big ass parade. But I believe 100% in acknowledging and showing appreciation for consistency. We always talk about how it's the little things that count. It's the small things that matter the most in life. We talk about all that shit, right? That's so significant. But then again, the small things ain't worth acknowledging and celebrating and encouraging. It's like, hell yeah, if it's so many people falling into being a statistic, whether it be a deadbeat dad or somebody who just do the bare minimum or just pay the check and he don't never see his child. If that's so easy to fall into, why not acknowledge those who are an exception, at least to the statistic? Because I actually think there are more good dads than there are not so good dads. That's what I think. Just off personal experience, I know more great guys who are, involved dads than dudes who just don't give a fuck. Nevertheless, in relationships, in general, like we on here, just on this platform, we big up the women that are holding it down, that are, go to work every day and, got their head down, focused on their goals and are great moms or, whatever. Been, put down and then they getting back up, they dusting their shoulders off, continue on trying in life. That's some shit you're supposed to do. But ain't it encouraging to get acknowledged for that sometime? Y'all tell me if I'm true. Ain't it encouraging to get acknowledgement for that sometime? It's like in a relationship, hell yeah, you supposed to do this, supposed to do that. But don't every now and then you stop and just say thank you to your man? Don't every now and then he busts his ass every single day. Right? You got a man, he work his ass off 12 hours, 13 hours, whatever it take. Losing sleep, can't sleep some nights, still get his ass up 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, go get it popping at work. Don't you stop and just say, baby, I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for being the man that you are. Don't y'all do that? Because I seen hella, like anytime I posted, when I personally have posted things shouting dudes out, I'll see people in the comments saying you don't get a pat on the back for what you're supposed to do. Let me tell you something, man. Good man, bad man, in between. That's some shit you run from. That's got to be the most miserable situation. If you don't know by now, it's important, man, to speak life into people. I don't know what to tell you. As a man, as a woman, as whatever, as a child, you got to speak life into people, man. And yes, that's going to include doing the shit they already do. They supposed to be doing. If they've been holding it down. So I'm all for it. Like if that person is looking for pats on the back, looking for parades to be thrown, looking for you to bow and kiss their feet because they doing shit they supposed to do, that's one thing. I'm talking about somebody, man, that's just like, they hold it down with the little things consistently. Hell yeah, you stop and you acknowledge that. I don't understand it, man. When I see you don't applaud a fish for swimming, you know how discouraging, man. Look, every single day anything that you got to maintain that's worth maintaining ain't easy to do. So every single day you face with kind of a temptation to slack off, to quit, to get distracted. So every day when you make the conscious decision to not do that shit, and you got somebody telling you that's whatever to me. That's the fuck you supposed to be doing. Man, imagine you getting up on that stove or handling them kids and everything else on your birthday and all that other stuff. You say, shit, what I'm supposed to be applauding? You supposed to turn 35. You supposed to have a birthday today. That's what the fuck you mean? You supposed to live another day. You don't get no celebration for doing the shit you supposed to do. Mother's Day, you supposed to be a good mom. Imagine that shit, man. Imagine that. Says sincere says, I feel like I'm selfish because I truly don't remember to praise him. Man, look, you're not gonna do it every single day, but yes, if you're not making an effort, putting it in your schedule a couple times a month at least, just to do something to show your appreciation to your man. Baby, sit down, let me rub your shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Baby, how about this? I'm going to leave you alone the whole night. Your game on. I really just want to show you my appreciation. You know, you've been tired. Look, tonight is your night. I left the food on the counter. Do what you're going to do. You got some peace and quiet. Call me if you need me. Something. Just something, man. And I talked about, I got to try to find that damn video, man. I got 600 videos. It's hard to find it. But I talked about this in detail before because that shit, it aggs me, man. Like, we already understand and acknowledge that there are a lot of guys out here who don't do what the fuck they're supposed to do. So I'm thinking like, okay, so what is there to gain by being a good brother? Of course, they're supposed to be who you are regardless. But shouldn't there be something to gain if there's going to be something to lose by being a piece of shit? We're going to talk about the pieces of shit, but then we ignore all the good brothers because that's what they're supposed to do. Come on, man. I don't agree with that at all, man. I went down just to leave my comment. I wasn't expecting to see the shit in the comments. Everybody shooting down. This dude caught a flight just so he can drop the baby girl off at the first day of school. First off, that is exceptional. That's not normal. I don't care. How many of y'all got a baby daddy that did some shit like that, flew across just for the first day of school? It might be one or two of y'all. But not even baby daddy. Some of them husbands and everything else and still don't do no shit like that. Because it's too much of an inconvenience. That little girl, she gonna always remember that, man. Said, Love Guru 81 says, leave that man, hold on, down. Leave that man to the lady that said her man don't show his appreciation to her. Okay. Allison says, yeah, just in the perspective of the child, that's wonderful. People are so negative in the shade room, they go there to intentionally be negative and ignorant. It says, Pretty Magnolia. Quite honestly, I agree with you, man. I've been in there a whole lot less myself lately. I try to, I try to comment my thoughts whenever I see something that spurs some thoughts. But then when you go down to the conversation, it do be negative a lot of times. I ain't even gonna flex. It ain't good. It ain't good for your energy to be on there regularly. Straight up. So I pop in, pop out, man. Said KK says they're in the same city, won't do it. Man, some people won't even pick up the phone right where they at, much less book a flight, catch the flight, get there in time. And if he across the country, chances are he was busy. Man, no, I salute that 100%, man. I salute that 100%. Let's see here. Let me see. Denise R. Morris says, mine stopped being the great man he was after he got you. See? And that's the thing. You see, that's worth being fixed. But I feel like whenever we talking more so on the other side of things tonight, whenever a guy doesn't lose sight of the prize, doesn't lose sight of his responsibilities of what he's supposed to be doing, I think that's commendable, man. And to men, let me tell y'all something. I honestly believe a majority of men's love language is words of affirmations. Probably somewhere in there is acts of service. But if you just want to have a default, like educated guess on your man, before you get a chance to really have that in-depth conversation, 9 times out of 10, his love language, we just built like that, was going to be words of affirmation. Meanwhile, for women, it's quality time, is gifts, and it ain't got to be expensive gifts, but y'all like to be thought of and stuff like that. But most men like to be affirmed. Like women need life spoken into them too. But what I'm saying is, for the things that let a man, gets a man going, the gasoline in his engine, 9 times out of 10, and y'all check me on this, is going to be words of affirmation. You just stop and pause whatever you're doing. Baby, let me tell you something. The way you, whatever today, the way you brought me lunch, the way you fixed me lunch, I know you've been working 6 days straight, ain't had a day off. I just want to let you know I appreciate it. Man, that go a long way. Man, that go a long way. That go a long way. We don't get off on gifts like that. We don't get off on that. Quality time, that matters, but at the same time, we so used to having to use our time to provide and work and grind. So we don't place the same value on it. We'll go spend that time trying to create a situation where you're going to be comfortable. Where we can give you the gifts, where we can do, you know what I'm saying? Where you straight, if we talking about like a thoroughbred dude now, we talking about the real men now. So it ain't always going to be quality time that's going to be high up on our list, because we going to be trying to work. So we all run off those kind words. I get you, but let me, hey, look, with a man, I feel like he can definitely make or break. And I'm not talking about break if you trying to beat him down. Of course, that beat anybody down. But a lack of those words of affirmation, even if you doing everything else, you cooking, you cleaning, you sucking his dick, you rubbing his back, you doing all this, that, and the other, but you never verbalize certain appreciation, that could still communicate that he ain't getting appreciated. But Bree goes, you just describing a piece of shit now. We ain't talking about the pieces of shit. Of course, with pieces of shit, you can give them all the appreciation in the world, and they still gonna do you wrong. Said I called a guy king, told him I appreciate him, told him I'm proud of him numerous times, and he ended up choosing his baby mama that calls him a deadbeat dad and a bum. Yeah, that's just a piece of shit. And when you say choosing, he chose his baby mama, chose